Never leave your children in the care of your gateman. Mr. and Mrs. Adeyemi lived in a beautiful house in Ikeja, Lagos, with their two children, Tolu and Femi. They were a busy couple. Mr. Adeyemi was a banker and his wife owned a popular boutique. Because of their tight schedule, they often left their children in the care of their trusted gateman, Musa, whenever they traveled for business. Musa had worked for them for 5 years and they saw him as part of the family. He was polite, hardworking, and never gave them a reason to doubt him. One weekend, the Adeyemis had to travel to Abuja for an important event. They left strict instruction for Musa to take care of the children until their aunt arrived the next day. Everything seemed fine at first, but as soon as night fell, Musa locked the gate, turned off the security lights, and called his friends to come over. He had strictly planned a small secret party, thinking the children would be asleep. Unfortunately, Tolu and Femi woke up to the noise and saw strange men drinking and laughing in the compound. They were scared but remained quiet, hiding behind the curtains. Things took a terrifying turn when one of Musa's friends suggested using the children for a quick money ritual. Musa at first was hesitant, but his friends later convinced him. They decided to take the children away that night before their auntie arrived. Musa knocked on their door, pretending to check on them. But Tolu was smart. She whispered to Femi to stay silent and acted as if they were fast asleep. Musa, thinking his plan was safe, went back to his friends to finalize their evil event. Tolu, realizing they were in danger, quickly dialed their mother's number, but the call didn't go through. Thinking fast, she texted her neighbor, Uncle Dayo, who lived next door. Uncle, please help us. Musa wants to take us away. Uncle Dayo read the message and immediately called the police. Within minutes, officers surrounded the compound, catching Musa and his friends red handed. They tried to escape, but there was no way out. Musa fell to his knees, begging for mercy, while the police handcuffed them. When Mr. and Mrs. Adeyemi returned to the next morning, they were in shock. They couldn't believe the man they trusted so much had almost sold their children. Tears rolled down Mrs. Adeyemi's face as she hugged Tolu and Femi tightly. We will never make this mistake again, Mrs. Adeyemi said, shaking her head, and also Mr. Adeyemi shaking his head. They learned a painful lesson. That day, no matter how loyal a worker seemed, some responsibility should never be left in their hands. From that day, the Adeyemis changed their approach to parenting. They ensured that a close family member was always available for their children when they traveled. Musa and his gang were sent to prison, but the scars of that night remained with the Adeyemi's family forever. It was a terrifying experience that taught them never to entrust their children's safety to anyone outside the family.
Hope you enjoyed the stories. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting stories.